Hey everyone, it's Kirsten here for another Thursday Spa Business Break, another episode. I've been doing these consistently every week, every Thursday for at least 6 months now, maybe even more. That was my commitment. I wanted to do these Facebook Lives on a regular basis. To get myself comfortable doing Facebook Lives because I knew that with Facebook marketing, things have been a-changing, and I knew something was coming down the pipeline because Facebook has been rewarding Facebook Lives for pages for quite some time now. And so it was kind of a little bit of a wow on January 11th when Facebook announced that they're doing some major changes to their algorithms so that, pages aren't actually going to be seen as much, even though it was pretty low organic reach to begin with. So I'm on a mission to help the spa industry, to help spa owners, help estheticians who are maybe solos, to figure out how to get some reach with their Facebook page. Hey, Courtney. How to get some reach with their Facebook, how to get some reach without paying for Facebook ads. And what Mark Zuckerberg has said is that one of the few ways to be able to do that, if you don't want to pay, is to use Facebook Live as a page. They're going to be rewarding you even more for using Facebook Live, meaning you're going to show up in more of your fans' feeds. And the reason is because they're very serious and very committed to making sure that the Facebook user, not us, not the pages, not the businesses, not the marketers, but the users are having a meaningful experience in their newsfeed. And so what Facebook has found through their testing is that Facebook Lives create much more meaningful content, much more meaningful dialogue with people. And so that's why they're rewarding it. So you as a spa, if you need visibility, you need to know how to do Facebook Lives, and not just how to do them, but do them well so that you're feeling confident and that you're exuding experience and expertise in what you're talking about. So today I want to share with you 3 keys to having an engaging Facebook Live, because I think that's kind of part of your worry is like, part of it is your confidence just kind of getting on and being visible. Part of it is coming up with topics to talk about. But the other piece of it is like, how do I create an engaging Facebook Live? And so I want to invite you to think about the fact that you guys are in an incredibly engaging business. You are working one-on-one with people very intimately, and you know how to engage with people naturally. It comes naturally to you. So if I can help you kind of get through the confidence piece of just kind of getting on to a Facebook Live, if I can encourage you with how to use tech tools, software and hardware to make just the process of doing a Facebook Live easier, then we can use how we engage in the spa with how we can engage on Facebook, so that we feel even more comfortable and that our clients, our prospective clients, feel that attraction to us when we're marketing and using Facebook Live. So the first point I want to make is the first key to an engaging Facebook Live is really a willingness to show up by you. Same as, that may sound obvious, but it's the same as when you started your business. You kind of had to be at work when there wasn't a lot of people calling or coming in, but you had a willingness to show up at your shifts and to see, maybe the phone was going to ring, maybe people were going to be walking in, maybe you got started working in a hair salon, or and maybe there was a little bit of referrals happening there, but you had to be there. You had to show up consistently in order to build your clientele. It's very similar to Facebook Live. Well, it's similar to social media marketing, period. You have to be showing up consistently. So that may freak you out, but here's the fact of the matter is, when you got started with your business, at first it was hard, it was uncomfortable, it didn't feel that great, it felt awkward, you wondered if you should keep going, but you kept showing up. It's the same thing with Facebook Lives. When you show up consistently and regularly, your prospective clients who are checking you out see that you're here regularly, that you're committed to sharing your expertise, sharing what you know about what you're selling, the services that you're selling, the retail that you're selling. So it's easy to not show up. We can tell ourselves all sorts of excuses to not show up. Hey, Elizabeth. But really, when it comes down to it, you have to decide, is it worth it for you? Is it worth it for you to have that visibility? If you need more clients coming through the door, it needs to be worth it for you, and also if you are cash strapped and you don't have much of a marketing budget or a marketing budget at all, you need to do the boots on the ground kind of marketing. And Facebook Live is going to be one of the easiest ways for you to do that. So the second point I wanted to make about how to create an engaging Facebook Live is to be prepared with your topics. Now, I'm going to show you on Monday, I've got a pop-up workshop specifically about Facebook Live marketing. And one of the big pieces, I'm going to show you how to create content. For those of you, Courtney, I know you do Facebook Lives. I've seen them. You do a Makeup Monday. And I'm curious if it's easy for you to come up with content, or do you prepare for content, or do you kind of just wing it a little bit? But when you are prepared with your content, then you are just more comfortable sharing. But what you want to be prepared with your content is why this and why now. Same thing as when you are working with clients, when you are giving a facial, when you are talking about and educating retail, you have to go into why this, why now, why for that person. Otherwise, why do they care? So you can just layer that over top, that concept over top of your Facebook Live marketing. And when you're coming up with topics, you want to ask yourself, so if you've come up with a topic, I'll take Courtney's for example, her Makeup Monday, and maybe the topic is brushes. I've seen you do a Facebook Live on brushes, Courtney. It's great. And you had lots of engagement on there, and people were, you wing it and you prepare, depends on the day. Being prepared is a lot better. Yeah, being prepared, just mentally, the kind of mental clutter that we tend to have kind of allows it to, go by the wayside. But when we're bringing up a topic, we want to think about why this, why now. So with brushes, makeup brushes, why should people care about you talking about makeup brushes? Well, if they're not the appropriate brush, it's going to be difficult to apply certain types of makeup. If they're dirty, it's going to affect your skin. It's going to affect how the makeup goes on. So when you can answer those kinds of questions, it becomes instantly relatable to your viewers. And the third piece I wanted to share with us about engaging Facebook Live is to be real, be human. This is one of those big I don't want to be on there. I'm too much of a perfectionist. And yeah, I get it, but this is where one of those pieces where I really, truly, deeply believe that your business will be the best life coach you could ever have. Because your business will always, the pieces of friction in your business is always a message for you. It's a message for you to dig a little deeper into why am I resisting this? What is it about it? And then it's an opportunity for you to step up to that and either deal with it, learn more so that you can take action. I find a lot of times when people get stuck in perfection paralysis is that they actually just don't have enough information. And so they're trying to create something without enough data, and so they get stuck into this perfection paralysis. So, which really does not help your ability to kind of be natural, to be human when you're doing a Facebook Live. Again, going back to being in the treatment room or working at the spa, when we try to be too professional, it comes across as too rigid, and people just can't relate to that. They want somebody, they want human-to-human contact. And just by nature of what we do in the treatment room, we've got hands-on people. It starts kind of breaking down the barriers. And we start feeling closer and connected. So it's a little bit easier that way. But when we can apply that same concept to a Facebook Live, it's a matter of really just kind of remembering what it's like in the treatment room and how you engage with people in the treatment room, or engage with people in the spa if you are a business that has multiple service providers and you're managing it. You want to come to your Facebook Live with that kind of natural conversation, like you're talking to somebody. Now, it's kind of weird with Facebook Live because it's not like video conferencing where you and I can have a conversation. So right now with a live, I'm talking, and I have to engage with you and communicate with you through you typing. So it does cause a little bit of a hindrance of that kind of natural flow of conversation, but people are on social media, people are used to commenting and expanding on their thoughts in a chat or in a Facebook Live or in a thread. So it's kind of one of those things where it really just takes a little bit of practice. It takes a little bit of realizing I do this engagement stuff at work all the time that really isn't that much different. The big difference is that you're just much more visible. Which kind of brings me back to that point of sometimes your business will poke at you and show you where you want to might want to do a little bit of personal work. So if you're really freaked out about being visible and feel super shy about that kind of thing, then yeah, it's going to probably be a little bit of stretch. But when you learn when you can get more information, get the data as far as the structure of how to do a live, the technology, the software, the hardware, how to create content. When you have more information, you can kind of relax into the process and it's not quite as stressful. But again, you have to circle back up to number one. What I was talking about is just having a willingness to show up regardless of how you're feeling about it. It's just pushing through, stretching a little bit beyond your comfort zone. And I guarantee that it gets much, much easier. So I know that if you, I'm curious too, as far as what you find trips you up when you're thinking about doing a Facebook Live. Is it that you just don't know enough about it? Is it that you slip into perfection paralysis? Is it that you don't even know how to get prepared for it, so it's just totally overwhelming? It's really important to be able to dissect those pieces, to be able to know where your weak points are. Because once we know where our weak points are, then we can take action on those pieces. And they don't have to be big actions. They just need to be little actions. And little steps along the way will get you there sooner. All right, so my pop-up workshop for Facebook Live Marketing is on Monday. There's still room for anybody who would like to join us. It's $97. It's an easy yes if you are needing to get more visibility and you're looking at, and you've been hearing about the Facebook changes coming up and you know you got to do something different about your Facebook page. Otherwise, it's going to be like tumbleweeds going through there, which is a real shame because if you're putting effort into your Facebook page, posts, images, uploading videos, sharing relevant content, it'd be a real shame for you to not take that extra little stretch and that extra little leap into doing Facebook Live so you can really leverage the Facebook algorithms that are changing right now. It's really important to be able to do that. So it's Monday, we've got the actual workshop. It's about an hour and a half. I might go a little bit over. If you can't make the workshop, but you still want the content, I always record any of the trainings that I do, and all of the participants, whether they show up live or not, you get sent a link to a private Dropbox with access to the recordings, as well as I'm giving you my personal Facebook Live prep sheet so that you can have a piece of paper in front of you and have things mapped out so that you're not, on a little sticky note or you're trying to wing it and all of a sudden it feels very disorganized and you find yourself rambling. So I'm going to give you a copy of my prep sheet. So on Monday morning, everybody's who signed up is going to get the link to join our Zoom, our meeting workshop. We start at 12 noon Pacific time, and that is 3 p.m. Eastern time. And in that email, you'll also get the PDF of that Facebook Live prep worksheet, or the prep sheet. Then we're still not done with this particular training. I'm going to give you a full week and a day to do a Facebook Live, kind of get comfortable with things, maybe create some content, maybe do some adjustments and some brainstorming about your Facebook marketing strategy overall, because you're going to need to do that with these new algorithm changes. And then we're going to meet again on Tuesday the 13th, February 13th at noon Pacific again. And that is a Q&A coaching call. And at that call, you can bring anything to the table as far as marketing. It doesn't have to be Facebook Live specific, but I do want to give you an opportunity. Like if you want me to give you advice on a Facebook Live that you just did in that week. If you want me to give you advice on your actual Facebook page, how you can optimize it, how it can be better. If you want some ideas for your email marketing. And that's another piece we're going to be talking about in the workshop, is how to repurpose your Facebook Lives for other pieces of your marketing. You guys don't have enough time to come up with a bazillion ideas for content. You know that, I know that. So I'm going to show you how to repurpose your lives in order to be able to spread the message wider. Because not everybody's going to see those lives anyways. You're still going to be needing to spread the message far and wide, okay? So yeah, basically that coaching call, anything you want to bring to the table as far as marketing, I'm good to talk about it, to give you advice, to give you feedback, give you my thoughts, and for you to pick my brain. And as far as how much time each person gets, it really will just depend on who's able to show up for that particular call. If you can't show up for either one of them, again, you'll get the recording for the Q&A. However, you may have a question that you want to ask me, but you can't make that Q&A call. I'm going to be posting in my my Facebook group, Spa Business Mastery. I'm going to be posting and tagging those who are in this pop-up workshop. And just to remind you, if you have any questions and you can't make the Q&A call, post them here and I will answer them on the call so that you can watch the recording and get your questions answered. All right, if you have any questions about this pop-up workshop, it's not, I created it and it's a pop-up workshop because I saw that our industry is going to be in dire need for some help on how to do Facebook Lives properly, that get engagement, that don't completely stress you out and give you anxiety attacks, that you can use in other areas of your marketing. So this is just kind of a one-shot deal, and who knows when I'll do it again, but I just felt like there was a real big need for this right now for people to get on the ball for getting their Facebook back on track. If you have any questions about whether this is appropriate for you, feel free to PM me. I'll be happy to let you know. If I think like you've already got way too much on the go, I'm just going to be honest with you. So, I really don't want to overwhelm you more than I know you already are. All right, so there's a link in the description for the pop-up workshop if you are interested and you know on Monday that you're like, yes, sweet, I've got some time on Monday, or you're like, no, I don't have time, but I really want this training. You can click on that link. It's really easy to sign up. It's $97, it's Canadian dollars. So for those of you in the States, that you get a little bit more bang for your buck. Once you get your transaction goes through, it lets you know on your statement kind of I'm not even sure what the exchange rate right now is, but it's much better than ours is going to the US. So you get a good deal there. Okay, that's it for me. Any questions? Feel free to reach out. I'm always here. And I will be back here again next Thursday for another Spa Business Break. See you then. Bye.